Welcome to our series Guest at Maris Consulting. I'm with Frederic, who's going to present himself.
Hello, my name is Frederic Stenger. I will explain how I discovered, in fact, the theory of constraints. In fact, 2008, I had the opportunity to follow a black belt training. And during this black belt training, a part of the body of knowledge was concerning the theory of constraints. It's presenting shortly the buffer rope, critical chain, the thinking process. So at this time, I was aware about that, and 3 years later, in 2011, 4 years later, the company has decided to deploy the theory of constraints in the company in production and in development. And I was especially involved in the pilot project to deploy the CPM methodology in my department. I was project manager this time. And so we implemented this solution. It was extremely interesting. And during this, I was much more interested by the theory of constraints, so I tried to dive much more in this knowledge, especially in the thinking process. After the pilot, it was decided the company to deploy the critical chain worldwide. And we faced much more problems than during the pilot phase. And therefore, I decided to try to find the root cause and to try to find solution using really especially the thinking process. And decided to follow training from Bill Dettmer. It was in 2013. And during this training, just before the training, Bill has visited us and presented the solution to our CEO a little bit. And I came to this training with really my problems and was able to really to build a goal tree, a current reality tree with our own problem and to find solutions.
And this is the Bill Dettmer's logical thinking process 6-day workshop.
Exactly.
It's a train, but it's a workshop. People bring the problem they want to solve.
Exactly.
And they solve
and at the end of this training, so I had some injection or some solution to present to my management. And we have, for example, one of the solutions was to try to visit other companies applying the critical chain. And we visited a company in France and then also in US, try to understand better what was wrong in our first implementation. And we found and we deploy, in fact, now new solution to implement better the CPM solution in the company. So it was really a great benefit, this 6-day trainings. And also for me, just wanted to have this complete understanding of the logical thinking process and how to come from, how to find root cause and also solution and how to deploy this solution using the tool of logical thinking process.
Very good. And you're here in Paris with us because we've just run the alumni session with Bill Dettmer of the logical thinking process. And during these 2 days, you presented what you're working on at the moment, and I found that very interesting because there was a huge or a very impressive mixture of tools coming from all over the place, from Lean, from Six Sigma, from theory of constraints, from Bill Dettmer and his logical thinking process. Can you summarize the sort of things you were doing, this cocktail you made?
Yes, in fact, when I discovered first time the critical chain, one of the points which interested me the most was the process of ongoing improvement. Capacity of critical chain to catch or to record the history of projects and the problem especially. And it's what we did, in fact, on a particular product for our company. We analyzed several projects which were finished. And we found out in the buffers the main cause of delay we had on a large scale of project, if you want. And we try to focus our improvement on these particular causes. So we use a tool of Lean, product development stream mapping, really to find with people to analyze a particular process and to focus particular step of the process to find the waste And we connected, for example, this waste with a logical thinking process. We built CRT with waste.
Current reality tree
with this waste to find then the root cause. We use evaporated cloud to find solution, but also we try to check the relationship in between solution with QFD matrix. So we mixed a lot of tools in order to achieve a solution or action which could really improve the situation.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you think people should keep an open mind, an open attitude to all these different tools from various sources?
Of course, all these tools are really going together. There is really communality or something, an intersection point in between these two, which is a flow. Really, it's theory of constraints to really to try to focus, so it's to increase the throughput. This thing might reduce the variability and leads to reduce the lead time. And if you combine these three tools together, it's extremely powerful.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you, Philippe.
Right.